Let's go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in to tdphinstalk. Hit that like button. Let's go.
I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time.
My time.
This is my time.
Yeah.
The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time.
Long
Now
time.
I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing.
Yeah. Hit that like button. Or you ain't hearing nothing. I'm about to have some fun. We gon' load it right. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, don't we game. That's what we do. I'm just having fun every day. Trying to make it every way. Everybody that watches me, thank you. I'm so crazy. Hey, still love all you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Me to you. Just having fun. I hope y'all having fun too.
I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing.
We made some cuts. Shout out to the Mod Squad. Shout out to all the members of the channel. Salute to the Patreon members. If you want to join the Patreon, click the link in the description and join.
Waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider.
The Miami Dolphins have until tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get the roster down to 53, okay? Now, there were several players that they've already cut today, but there were two guys in particular that a lot of people didn't see it coming. Now, outside of that, there was also a major injury report that came out of Miami today as well. We're going to talk about those three things right here on Bleacher Report. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get right into it. The first guy that I want to talk about is Mike Hilton, okay? The Miami Dolphins have released Mike Hilton. He was from the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to be honest with you. This one was a shocker. He was almost like a shoe-in to me that he was going to make this roster given his experience and his skill in the way that he plays. But unfortunately, things didn't work out in camp in Miami. He played in the first preseason week, got a lot of snaps, and then they decided not to play him at all the following week. And just this weekend, they played him on the back end, which is a good indication that they had already seen enough. And on top of that, there was incentive to not move on if he didn't ball out because they just saved $3.1 million. So the Dolphins get some money back in their pocket. Not only that, they've also decided to move on from tight end Pharaoh Brown. Another one. This is an area that we're kind of like thin in, But, with Waller coming in, you're looking at him to be the guy, but he hasn't played yet. Everybody looking at that situation, very mysterious. And so we figured that, Farrell would make the tight end room, maybe the third tight end, but that didn't happen. They've waived him. Now, that doesn't mean if he doesn't get claimed, they won't bring him back. But right now, he's not going to be making the 53-man roster. And the biggest news out of Miami today, bad news, Jason Sanders will be out for 4 to 5 weeks. This is not good at all, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about a kicker that we know we're going to need against good teams. If you get into a heated back and forth and it comes down to a game-winning field goal, you feel good about Jason Sanders. Now we got to go shopping to see if we can find a fill-in that's capable of, making kicks. This is tough news for Miami. 3 to 5 weeks means he may not be back until week 4. We got 3 weeks we got to get through, and Buffalo's in those 3 weeks. You also have the Jets as well, if I'm not mistaken, or New England. I got to go double check. But, yeah, man, this is a tough blow. Hopefully we survive, and I'll keep you up to date right here on Bleacher Report. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button on your way in the building. Someone said TD got his Bleacher Report face on. Is this a Bleacher Report show or no? No, what happens is every day, Monday through Thursday, I do a special on Bleacher Report, a little quick, 2 to 3 minute video about whatever Dolphin news has happened recently. And I post those on Bleacher Report. So a good way to segment into the evening shows, I'll play it first. For those who missed the news, you can get my take on it. Bam, I play it first, then I hop on like I am now. So since it's only, 2 or 3 minutes, if I do a Bleacher, I'll probably play my little segment first that I did on Bleacher, just in case you missed it. And then we get into the show for this evening. So that's what it is. And shout out to Bleacher Report. The blessing that I have to even work with them is amazing. But here we go. That's what I got for you. So let's start out with Mike Hilton. And before I even go too far, let me drop the link to the Patreon, because we've been having some people join Patreon. I'm trying to get as many Patreon members as I possibly can, by the way. So if you want to join the Patreon, all you have to do is go to the link in the description of the video, click it, make sure you join the Patreon, and then you'll be able to get the link to get on the show, okay? Now, just FYI, the Patreon does cost. There is a free membership, but there's nothing on there. But I have a $7 membership for behind the scenes that's going to be getting some of my, behind the scenes content when the season starts with the family and all that stuff. Then the $10 tier is the inner circle. That means you get the behind the scenes, but you also get the link for the show. Okay. So that you can come on, chop it up for the show, what may have you. So FYI, those are the 2 tiers for the Patreon. Again, $7 Patreon is behind the scenes. Just, some things I'm going to be starting. I'm going to be gardening. I'm going to be, raising my sons, obviously. And, how I help them build businesses, things that we're talking about as of late, helping them get on their feet, as one of them's in high school. I got a middle schooler, some elementary school kids, so certain things. So you'll be able to see our journey together. And also the $10 tier, again, you get that, plus you get to come on the live shows and chop it up with me if you choose to. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead and post the link in the Patreon. So if you are a Patreon member, you can go on to the Patreon, click on the link if you want to come in, give me your thoughts about what's going on with the Dolphins, and we'll go from there, okay? Let me see here. Give me a second. All right. Test. All right. Just posting this real quick. All right. All right. So Patreon members, the link is up if you want to come in. All right. All right. So let's get into it. Mike Hilton. Okay. This one was a shocker to me. I'm not going to lie to you. I was under the wrong impression with Mike Hilton. Whenever we moved on from Ramsey, we needed help dire at the corner position. We still do, if you really want to be honest, right? We really need some help. And when they brought in Mike Hilton, I said, there's your experience. There's your guy that can, maybe take that room and make one of those spots his. Now, the problem is When they played him week 1, he played. Week 2, he didn't play at all. But I thought they were just putting him on the shelf like, hey, we can't afford any injuries. You're going to make the team. Let's just sit you down. That's what I thought. Then all of a sudden they played him against Jacksonville, but at the back end of the game. And I'm like, ooh, what's up with that? Why are they playing him? This ain't a good look. And sure enough, that's why. That's why they cut him. They saved that $3.1 million, put it in their pocket, and moving forward. So that's a concern for me, man. This quarterback room is not good. I know we had a few people step up, Jack Jones and this and that and this, but we're going to see when the season starts. We're going to see when the season starts what it's all about, all right? I don't know what to tell you right now. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I've been sitting back lately kind of like telling myself, I want to be optimistic about this season. I want to, have hope, man. I ain't had hope in so long. I want to have hope about this season. And I keep fighting and wrestling with myself because in order for me to have hope for the season, I'm a lot of myself. I'm a lot of myself. And, the usual suspects, they always come through. Oh, TDU overreacting. We ain't even played a game yet. Let the season play out. You'll see. We're going to win 12 games. The same culprits every year coming with that message. And I just sit back and I say, man, what do I have to look forward to? Really? What am I going into this season? And it's already proven that, that right there, we good. We good. We good. I feel good about this or that or this. And I find it hard to name more than 2 things. And I'm just throwing the number 2 out there because I'm sure if I try hard enough, I'm going to name 2. And I said to myself, you know what? I need to open the show asking those watching because y'all usually help me out. But I want y'all to take the time, take a moment to think through the roster, think through the team, think through our makeup and say, what on this roster right now can you point at and say, without a shadow of a doubt, we good? We good. Anybody? What on this roster right now can we point out and say we're good right there, or this or that? I need your help. All right. Thank y'all. I see some people listening stuff. Frontline defense, D-line. What about it? What? And I got more people saying D-line. I'm glad y'all say that. Tell me, because I went there first and then I realized, what am I talking about? What about the D-line we good? What tells us that? What's telling us that? How they abuse second and third stringers in preseason? Is that what tells us that? That Phillips and Chubb gonna stay healthy? Do we know that? What tells us we guaranteed we good there? What tells us? Because I went there first and I was like, am I really about to judge them bullying some second and third stringers? Our linebackers are good, TD. I thought that at the beginning of camp until lately, Willie Gay just disappeared. Ghost, Casper. I was so excited. Willie Gay is balling in camp. And then it's been 10 days, and I would hear his name 5 times every day in camp. And it's been 10 days. I ain't heard his name more than once in a day. Where are we feeling like we good? Like we guaranteed there ain't a but. Our punter, there go one of the two. There go one of the two. I said I could find probably two. There go one of the two. The punter. That's one. But we're not done with this exercise. Y'all help me out. What else? Wide receivers, running back, skill positions are pretty solid. Are we serious? Waddle limps after every play. Waddle was on the field for 3 or 4 series and got 1 catch against second and third team guys. Last year, Tyreek didn't even get 1,000 yards and played the whole season. Oh, but that was with backups. It doesn't matter. His production was down even with Tua. And then you said running backs? Do you know we're on life support right now with running backs? A-Chain, they pushing for week 1, but I ain't stupid. They know what time it is. You rush him back and he tearing Achilles. Everybody who has that injury has a high probability of tearing their Achilles next. The only running back we got is Ollie Gordon. TD, your fullback, Ingle. He ain't doing nothing. That's all I'm saying. Because y'all know every year around this time, I do one exercise on this channel. I say, how many ifs do we have on this roster? How many qualified ifs do we have on this roster? Now, for those who are new to the channel, follow me on this exercise because it's one that we do every year. We've been doing it for 2 years now. This will be the 3rd year that we do it. And we always say, a good team might have 10 ifs. A bad team got 15 to 20 or even 30. Last year, I think we got to like 26, 27 when we did this exercise. So again, for those who are new to this or for those who don't remember it last year, we went down every element and we counted the ifs, the qualified ifs. The things where you have to say, you have to be concerned about and hope that if that works out this way, because we have reason to have concern, then we'll be all right. And number 1 on the list, on our if list, I'm going to write them down this time. Usually we just go through them and count them. Number 1, Tua health. There's reason for us to put that on there because he has a history of it, a consistent one. Can Tua stay healthy? Number 2 is, if Tua doesn't stay healthy, can a backup win games? It's been every year that we failed in this area. Let's move along to the running back group. A-Chain, if he can stay healthy now. Number 4, if we can run the ball well. Now remember, these ifs are only made if there's always been a concern, because some people will come in and say, I mean, every team is if you can run the ball. No, we wouldn't put an if on the Eagles because they haven't shown a concern to. So it's not an if for them. Only if we've shown a significant concern or importance, that's what we calculate as an if. Okay? If we can run the ball. Can A-Chain healthy? We already got that. And I'm not even go even further on the running backs. We're just going to stop right there because we got all kind of problems at the position, but let's leave that alone, right? Let's go to wide receivers. this one, it's somewhat a joke, but we gotta take it serious now. If Tyreek don't quit, oh Lord Jesus. Oh man, I'm gonna take that off the list. I just had to throw that one in there. I'm gonna take it off the list though. That ain't an if, but it is. All right, we're gonna take that off the list. All right. But in all seriousness, can Tyreek and Tua get their chemistry back? That's a legitimate if. Why? Because this is what people don't understand. This is why I can't stand these false narratives, right? People will say, oh, well, Tua and Tyreek's connection, it was down because Tua got hurt. Tyreek's numbers were down because Tua got hurt. This is what y'all don't realize. If Tyreek used to get 100 yards a game with Tua, this year without Tua, he got 60. But also this year with Tua, he got 75. See, people keep saying, yeah, but that was without Tua. His numbers were still down with Tua. Can they get that chemistry back? Can they get back to high-flying offense, Tyreek going off and going crazy every week all over the field? And the reason why I kind of put that as an if as well, because Tua's the one that keep on inviting this, we still trying to build our relationship crowd. So obviously, to me, there is an issue there. Well, he's still working on it, and we just got to try to hang out more. And it, I ain't gonna lie, that whole situation disgusts me, but it is what it is. But it is an if. I'm not even going to get on Waddle. I'm going to take Waddle out of the if category. Obviously, if he can stay healthy, but, it's hit or miss. I just think you're going to get 15 games out of Waddle, and it is what it is, okay? And he's going to limp. He's going to play injured. Whatever that mystery injury he done had his whole life, it seemed like is. But so I ain't even going to put Waddle in this, okay? Let's go to the next one. If Darren Waller can play, and I'm going to go a step further. Instead of making it 2, I'm going to bucket it in 1. Like Jonnu. If Darren Waller can play like Jonnu. Kenny, I don't know. All right, let's go to the next one. If Patrick Paul can play above average. That's another one. I have no idea what Patrick Paul going to do this year. Everybody want to go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt, but truth be told, the other night he was getting blasted on too against some backups. Everything wasn't pretty. That's the one player though. When he get beat or nothing, people just brush it off real quick. And then when he beats somebody, like, yeah, look at him. Listen, man, when we go up against these starters week in and week out, these real pass rushers, that's when we'll know who he is. All this training camp, opening lanes with Jonah Savanaya against our defense, man, I'm not looking into that. I'm not giving that merit until I see it. Until I see it against starting NFL pass rushers and D-lines. When it counts. Same thing with Jonah. He's a rookie, so you got to put the F. If Jonah can hold his own at the position. Aaron Brewer, I'm fine with. He was an if last year because he was new, but he's out of the if category for me. I think he's proven that he can hold that position down. But Daniels, health. Can Daniels stay healthy? The right guard. Let me put Austin Jackson on here. Health. And play above average, but I'll leave it alone. Can Daniels or Austin Jackson stay healthy? O-line depth. Because I'm going to tell you now, we got some of the worst depth in the NFL on the O-line. if they can play well if called upon. And it don't look good. I think I saw today Eichenberg might be hurt too. Number 12. Let's just, before we get to defense, let's kick over to special teams. Jason Sanders. I think that's self-explanatory. Not only is he out for the 5 weeks. See, it is one thing if it's like if it's something that, oh, okay. But a hip injury on a field goal kicker? Let me say that again. A hip injury on a field goal kicker? Oh, that's concerned. That 4 to 5 weeks, I ain't even looking at that as the true timeline. I don't know what you're going to get when you get back. This man ain't going to be kicking for 5 weeks. That's a concern, y'all. Jason Sanders. Jason Sanders. All right, man. Let's go over to the defensive side of the ball. Let me just go ahead and do the list off 13, 14, 15, and let me write Chubb health. Phillips health. I'm gonna leave Chop alone. What is his name? Kenneth Grant, rookie. All right. What else we got? We're at number 16 now. I'm not gonna worry about Sealer, regardless of the injury, but I think I ain't gonna put that on there. Linebackers, I'm gonna leave it alone, even though it's a little shaky with these. With the recent, I'm gonna leave it alone. Corners. I first of all, I don't even know who gonna be playing primarily the corner position. We got our speculation from camp and all that. This person doing better, they're gonna take the spot. And I don't even know. I'm just gonna put corners in 2 slots without being descriptive. Safety opposite Minka. Last year, I said the same thing about what's that spot name? Jordan Poyer. Y'all told me I'm exaggerating. I'm doing too much. Poyer's a proven veteran. And I said he was a spy from the Bills, and y'all kept laughing at me and telling me I'm just trying to be negative and critical by putting him in the ifs. Same thing this year. Safety opposite Minka, same thing. Next up, Mike McDaniel. I ain't gonna put the different categories. I'm just gonna put his name once. Give him a favor. Mike McDaniel. It's an easy one. And right now I'm at 19. I'm at 19 right now. And I haven't gotten into the play style, philosophy, and all that. I'm going to try to stay away from that. Glenn said, how about Weaver? I can't be mad at Weaver. I think Weaver does the best he can with what he got. If we ain't great on defense, I don't even think that's Weaver. I think he's just trying to make do with what he got. Well, this personnel ain't great. That's what you got to understand. We got average linebackers that we hype up like they good because they make a few plays here and there. We got one safety in Minka that we're hoping he not washed. I could put him on here, but I'm not. I believe in Minka. But I'm hoping he ain't on the downside. And opposite him, I don't know what they want to do. Then the boundaries are a hot mess. The defensive line is full of injury-prone players, and you just hope they stay healthy. His defense, we treat it like it's hot stuff, but is it really? Like, it's the same thing last year, right? Like, let me give you an example. Buffalo did not have a great defense last year, but they took the ball away almost at a record pace. Takeaways. And what did Weaver say last year? Oh, we're a top 10 defense, but we ain't got no takeaways. A 25th ranked defense with takeaways in the first quartile of the league is a better defense than our top 10 with a little bit of takeaways, because they're impacting the game more. They're actually scoring some points. They're actually giving great field position more often. So we get excited. We see the D-line sending 5 and 6 rushers and pressuring the quarterback. We gonna always do that against the bum teams. Why we can't never do that against the great quarterbacks? And when we try, we get ate up. Y'all don't notice that? Y'all think this little bit of pressure against second and third and fourth stringers that y'all just saw on film for a few weeks? Y'all think that's the picture of what you finna see all year? Yeah, you might see it versus the coach. Oh, this D-line is the legit. You might even see it versus the Jets. Then you play Buffalo, like, come on, man, get this man. And also, we got exposed on the D-line in the last game, which y'all not noticing. We got a third-string quarterback in there that ran for like 5 different first downs. Done ran for 5 first downs. Y'all ain't noticed that though, huh? All you remember is that last play where the pressure got to him and he threw a bad pass. This is why I exercise context. This is why every year, especially the people be like, oh, you're just being negative. Then explain to me why every year your positivity ain't working out the way that you thought it would. Explain that to me. I'm not being negative. These are things that you can look at all around you that somewhat show you this is the team you have. Now, there's a lot of incompletes on this team. I don't know how the D-line is going to be. I can only gauge that whenever I see them go up against an actual good team with a good O-line. Then I'll know how good or bad they are. And be honest with you, the Jets game, that'll be a great game to determine. They have what many believe is a good O-line and a mobile quarterback. That'll be in week 2. We'll be able to say, hey, you know what? No, that ain't week 2. Is it week 4? I gotta go look. Might be week 4. But that's a good game. Josh Allen, that's a good game to know. But until you get to those games, we should pump the brakes. The Patriots don't have a great O-line. They were one of the worst last year, and they marginally got better. Marginally. So the first 2 weeks, I'm calling it now. The first 2 weeks, man, we're going to be getting at these quarterbacks, y'all. We got one of the best D-lines. And I'm going to say, well, it was the Colts. It was the Patriots. Oh, you're just so negative. And then I'm going to say, let's just wait till we play Buffalo and play the Jets. 2 mobile quarterbacks with 2 good O-lines. Let's see if they get at them. And if they do, now we can start to develop some credibility for the D-line and say, you know what? Hey, these guys actually are legit. And if they don't, there's your test. There's your test. Shout out to Miss Relentless, said Browns trading Kenny Pickett. Oh, wow. To Raiders in exchange for a 26th fifth round pick. That's dope. They got something for him. I mean, I thought they were going to release him. At least they got something for him. I honestly think it's our defense sucks again, running QBs, and that's all the elite teams have. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. That's all it is. It's been this way for the long time. Our defense dominates and looks all great. Like we just piling on quarterbacks. We jumping on them. D-line like, yeah. Phillips going crazy. Chubb and Chop. Everybody getting pumped. And they flying around the field. And then when you look at it, it's always a quarterback that ain't even top 20. It's always a team that ain't even a winning team. And then when we play the great team, it's like, where are these guys? And then in the third quarter, you'll get a little spurt of 2 sacks and be like, yeah, now we getting there. Then it go away again. This is why I'm always skeptical. This is why. Because as fans, we never want to evaluate context. But we shall see. Our defense against Josh Allen should tell you all you need to know. Yeah, to a degree, but it ain't like he got weapons. At least our corners will be able to compete against their receivers. But can Josh Allen make the difference? Q said, TD, you really think Shedeur was sabotage? Yeah, but not in the way that it sounds. I don't think he was sabotage as in this, oh, we're going to make sure he plays with a fourth unit and get him out of here. No, because they stuck with him. I just think that they made a bad decision in how they went about that last preseason game. They should have never played Flacco. They knew who he was. They knew he's the starter. He had nothing to prove. You give Dylan Gabriel those first team reps. You now let Dylan Gabriel get an elevation and say, hey, let's see what you can do with the ones. Go out there and ball, young fella. And Shedeur, go out there with the twos. Let's see what you can do, but you can get a better look at both of them. But what can you learn from a Shedeur Sanders going out there with guys that none of them are making the team? By the way, but at 3 o'clock today, 4 of his 5 offensive linemen had already been waived. 4 of his 5 offensive linemen had already been waived from the game that they just played. So it is what it is. You saw the kid when he played with twos. He lit it up. He was phenomenal. And especially Dolphin fans, I don't want to hear nothing from a single Dolphin fan about it because we the most O-line excuse making group of people there is. So yeah. But at the end of the day, here's what you got to keep in mind, Q. Shedeur went out there trying to play hero ball, and you just got to stay in your pocket in the NFL. You cannot go out there trying to be hero ball just because what's around you isn't conducive. You got to stay in the flow of what you're supposed to do. He was trying to make big plays and do outstanding highlight reel type things. That ain't going to always work. I understand why you did it at Colorado, because otherwise you would have had 20% completion and y'all wouldn't have won a single game if you didn't try to extend every play. But it's the NFL. You got to be able to show that the O-line is bad by doing your job, staying in that pocket, getting rid of the football, and not having the throws. Sacrifice that completion percentage. So he got to learn that, not in the NFL. Now, if it works, that's the gamble you take. Because guess what? Everybody complaining about his extension of the plays or holding on to the football. The first game, he did the same thing. It just worked. And everybody praised it. So he's just an easy target. He's an easy target. People want to pick on him and try to, and that's how society is now. So that's how I view it. All right. And maybe I'm seeing it the wrong way. I don't know, but that's how I view it. TD, Tua game in the last preseason was bad AF. Yeah, you know what? I kind of told y'all this last week that I don't really entertain Tua like that no more. Not as much. Obviously, I'll still go on rants, but I don't really feel vested in really complaining about his play. I think his days are numbered. I mean, this is a tough, cold reality that a lot of people don't want to hear, but his days are numbered. Cherish him right now. Cherish him now. Cherish him now. That's why I didn't go on Twitter and make a single remark about Tua. And y'all know that ain't me. And I could have got all over that from that game. I didn't go on Twitter and make a single remark. I said what I said on the stream, and after that, you ain't hear me say nothing negative. Got to be better, blah, 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 but nothing going did. I'm over it. At the end of the day, I already told y'all, this is a prison sentence. We almost done with our bid. This year and next year is the last year. I really believe it. Unless we see something heroic and it's like, wow, we've never seen that coming. And that's always possible. But I'm over it. I'm just letting time pass. So for those who still holding on for dear hope for that situation, you better cherish these moments. Cherish every bit of it. Because your beloved Savior's days are numbered. I'm just telling you the reality. I wish it was better circumstances, but that's the reality. I don't know how much longer he has to be a Miami Dolphin. I know one thing: he better make the playoffs and win a playoff game this year, or woo. We missed the playoffs, injuries or not. Nah, it ain't no way. It ain't no way because somebody got to go, whether that's McDaniel and or Greer. And then McDaniel gone, I can't imagine another coach coming in here after Flores been fired, McDaniel been fired, saying, I'm going to put my 1, 2, 3 years on this quarterback. First of all, that never happened. That never happened. Tell me what quarterback has outlasted 2 coaches from the beginning? Who's gotten a third coach? What quarterback does that? That now, if he elite for whatever reason, then that's different. But tell me what kind of quarterback into a situation has outlasted more than 2 coaches. No, we've hit that threshold. We've hit that threshold. And the money ain't going to get no better for him. Cool Breeze said Tua needs to focus on health. I know he don't. Why do I say he don't? What is there to focus on? See, we had this conversation all the time. Well, he needs to focus on not taking risks. Well, guess what? The position requires it. Why is it that Josh Allen is allowed to go get that first down to win the game, to help his team get in a position to win, and we got to punt it because, hey, we just got to keep him healthy. We'll take this loss if we have to live to see another day. Why is it that we have to have those limitations? And we okay with it because we're advocating just slide, Tua. Yeah, slide sometimes, but sometimes you got to go get that. I've been asking people for the longest. Okay, we're down by 4. It's the 4th quarter with 6 minutes left. It's 3rd and 7. He's running. If he put his head down, he can get the first. If he slide, we 2 yards short. And we at the 50-yard line. What do? And everybody says, he got to slide. He got to slide. We got to live to see another day. I said, okay, what if it was 4th down? He still got to slide. We got to punt the ball. Hope we can get it back. Like, come on, man. Come on. Come on. Limited, man. Restrictions, limitations, meaning you'll never get the full plethora out of your quarterback of what the position requires in today's NFL or what the position possibilities are. And who want that? What are y'all doing? Who wants that? Thoughts on Miami trading for Shedeur would never happen. Remember, Miami don't want competition for him because some people out here, and I disagree with this, by the way, but some people out here saying Quinn Ewers playing so good, that's why Tua playing bad because he looking over his shoulder now. No, I don't agree. But the point of the matter I get, though, and that's why they would never trade for Shedeur. Never, not unless Tua got hurt or something. They would never have that controversy because they don't believe he's built for it. He don't want, no, he doesn't function well if he got somebody hanging over his shoulder. Tua is good, but not a gamer. I second that. Why saying Tua playing bad? What do you mean, Glenn? What do you mean by that? Why am I saying Tua play? I don't rephrase, Glenn. If Shador comes and TD says something bad about him, his fans are going to come for TD. I would probably be worse on Shador than Tua. I would be worse on Shador. Because I would feel a vested interest for the simple fact that they did him wrong. Nobody I know that at least sensible believes that he should have been drafted in the 5th round. I don't care if it was the 3rd, which was blasphemy, but at least the 3rd. But nobody believes he should have been drafted in the 5th round. And Eric Dickinson came out and said someone in the know told him that they called the Browns and said, don't draft him early. I don't know how true that is, but you got Eric Dickinson coming out here saying that, putting that on him, that's what he was told to him. And it's just not right. So for that reason, I would be rooting for him to be great. And I would be very critical of him, though. I would probably he can't afford. That's the thing in his situation. You can't even afford how people be like, I mean, he's a rookie. I mean, they should be allowed. No, he can't afford that. Just like the other day, what happened, I defended him, but to a degree, because I still acknowledge everything he did on that field, you shouldn't do in the NFL. That's shame on him. But I also kick back on people that's not acknowledging the circumstance. Yeah, I would be very critical of Shador Sanders because he has to be almost flawless. He has to get into that elite category ASAP. And can he? I actually don't know. I know he has it in him, but on this level, people you think have it in them may not be it. People you don't think it might be it. So I'll be very critical because I done told y'all since Tannehill, no, man, you got to be that great. You got to be great. I ain't trying to get another. See, and let me say this too. Shador was my comp. Tua was Shador's comp for me. I just like Shador because at least I know he has that dog and not back down and that confidence. You ain't going to shake him. Competition in the room on day one. You behind the sticks and yeah, let's rise for the occasion. Let's go. Never waver. He will never waver. It don't matter if you do him unfair or you try to break him. He ain't going to waver. That's why I love him. I love that because that's the thing I wish Tua had. Tua had that. I'll be good to roll. I'll be optimistic on his future, even though he ain't showing it yet. I'll still criticize him, but I'll be more optimistic if I saw those characteristics and those traits. But I don't see them, so I can't get behind that because I know what people without that do. They flake out. Pretty common. Pretty common. Flick Short said, what you think about Ward? His wide receivers kind of selling. Yeah, he's a great talent, but that team got growing pains around it. They got to figure it out. To be quite honest with you, man, Ward just gonna have to be there and try. I think Ward might even be on the move after 2 seasons. I think Ward, they're gonna try to make him look like, hey, he's okay, but he ain't, and he gonna go to a solid team and he gonna ball out. He gonna ball out. That's what I think about him. All right. I agree. Ward is a leader. That's why he'll succeed. That's another element to it. Being that leader, man. Being that leader. Let me see here. Okay, they took that off the screen. Okay. Let me take this off. Okay, my bad, y'all. But yeah, all right. I've been answering some questions. All right, let me get back to it. But anyway, we had 19 ifs. See, you should do the Canes game, man. I'm swamped, man. I'm swamped. I am swamped. Okay. I don't have time to do much. I'm swamped. It's hard. Browns are going to break Sanders. I doubt it. I really doubt it. I doubt it. Anyway, got 19 ifs, and I probably can get more, but I'll stop there, right? And this, like I said before, this is the problem. You got about 10, like the great teams. Okay. When you get over 15, you're hoping that so many variables, because here's what I found. 50% of the ifs happen. And then the other 50 that don't happen, but you also add another 25 that's new that happens. That tells me 19 ifs, about 13 of them going to happen. Not 13 of these going to happen, but 13 are going to happen that hurt this year. About 8 of these and about 5 new things. That's what happens every year. Every year, that's what happens. And I hate going into the season like that. And here's the thing, man. This is the last thing, and I'll regress on this piece of it. I urge y'all not to make blind predictions. And what do I mean by that? I want y'all to put this in the chat. If Tua stays healthy, if the O-line plays very well and stays healthy, the whole O-line stay healthy and play very well, we run the ball well, how many games we gonna win? Put it in the chat. How many games? I heard somebody today say, oh, minimum 12. If that happens, minimum 12 is what they said. I'm gonna show y'all a problem that we have. 10, 11, 7, 12, 8, 9. Now, y'all not asking an important question. And I want y'all to see if y'all can figure out real quick, and then I'll tell you if you can't get it in a minute. I want y'all to figure out, what question should you have asked me right after that? What question should you have asked me right after that so that you could actually make a better educated guess? And this is the problem. Y'all just, I'll show you. I'll show you where we always go wrong. Somebody said, how about the secondary? Nope. Defense? Nope. Cold weather? Nope. Coach? No. Will we make the playoffs? That ain't the question you should ask. It's the question that we always neglect when we evaluate the Dolphins team. And I'm about to tell you, because you ain't going to get it. Because this is where our mind is. And this is where I try to educate y'all and help y'all out. Start thinking this way, okay? This is the rare time I'm going to tell you how to think. But when I say it, you'll see what I mean. And it's the wise thing to do. How many other teams' quarterbacks stay healthy? They have a good run game. And their O-line plays well. We think that just because we do it, that will elevate us past others. Have you ever considered what if they are too? Is it still going to make us better than Baltimore? No. The Chiefs? No. The Bills? Probably not. Pittsburgh, what if they run the ball well with their O-line and their quarterback stays healthy? Will it make us better? I don't know, but these are the things you got to consider. We got to stop thinking about the Dolphins as just the Dolphins, and we write our own ship when we're the one team that never write our own ship. I'm going to get to the super chat. And this is the classic mistake we make, thinking that the Tua stay healthy, we run the ball well, the offensive line play well. Basically, we win in a Super Bowl. Do you know that 32 teams feel that way right now. 32 teams say if our quarterback stay healthy, our O-line play well, and we run the ball well, we win in the Super Bowl. All of them. Not all of them, but at least 20 of them think that right now. 20 teams right now think that. You think if we play the Bengals, they care? They don't care if your O-line is good and your quarterback is healthy and your running game is good. The Bengals like, hey, you gonna put up 45? Because we gonna put up 44. Tua healthy, you gonna put up 45? We always just think, well, if we do this, do that. What about the rest of the league? Is that if Tua stay healthy, is that gonna make him better than Hurts in big games? No, you have no reason to think that. If we run the ball exceptionally well, is that going to make our run game better than the Eagles' run game with Saquon? No. Or the Ravens? No. If our O-line stays healthy and play well, is that going to make their O-line better than these 10 teams? No. And this is my point. We think just because we do it, that will elevate us and we'll now be the greatest team because we don't have the things we always make excuses about. But the biggest lesson y'all got to learn that I just can't wait for them to prove it to you. You're going to learn, oh my gosh, all those things happened and it still didn't matter. Oh no. We always talk about 2023. Yeah, but in 2023, when we had all of that, we showed our peak. When did you show your peak versus the Eagles in week 3 when everybody was healthy? Y'all love to talk about it fell apart in the back end of the season when people got hurt, but when it was healthy early on, those good teams, you still lost. But it came in the form of what, like 7-3, so you ignored it because there's still 7, and those 3 were good teams when you were healthy. Make it make sense, man. We chasing something that don't even exist. I'm telling y'all. You get in the playoffs against Lamar Jackson, and here's the thing. Our O-line play well, they O-line play well. Okay. Our run game looks good, their run game, and here's the difference. Our run game can look good, but is our run game going to be able to execute in situational football like theirs? Okay, they stopped our run, we stopped their run. Who you going to war with, Lamar or Tua? Who also makes it harder to stop they run because he run. There's levels to this, man. This is why it goes back to the simple point that I've been making for 5 years. Y'all want the team to be like this and that. You want everything. Okay, give them everything. But when everything even out, guess who is going to come up to? When both teams got a good O-line, when both teams got a good defense, when both teams got a good run game, when both teams got good protection, who is going to come down to? Who is it going to come down to? Who going to make the difference in the game? Don't tell me the defense got to make plays. They defense making plays too. The O-line got to do their thing. They O-line doing their thing too. What it's going to come down to, people? Because there's a disparity. There's a discrepancy. There is a gap. We're talking about things being equal, but as one position, things ain't going to be equal when you play the best teams. There is a clear, vivid gap. Y'all doing all of this just to see the gap. And it ain't going to matter because when you see the gap, you're going to blame somebody else anyway. You're going to find a new thing. Well, McDaniel wasn't coaching right. Yeah, like you're going to find a new reason anyway. Like I said 30 minutes ago. Time is ticking. That's why I don't worry about this mess no more. I ain't stressing it no more. You go out there, win a playoff game this year, or it's over. That's all y'all. McDaniel, Tua, Greer, all y'all. Better go out there and get something done this year, or it's over. It's a good thing TD isn't a betting man. Well, I'm sorry. If I was betting on what I talk about on this channel, listen, your boy would be paid like no other. You know what? Think of it like this. If you had a crystal ball 5 years ago and you said, all right, this is what you're going to do. Every year, you're going to bet the Dolphins to beat good teams. And you're going to bet the Dolphins to lose to, you're going to bet the Dolphins to beat bad teams. And you're going to bet the Dolphins to beat good, lose to the good teams. Just do that for the next 5 years. Man, we all be paid. We be pulling up on yachts. Like, what up? We be all pulling up on yachts. Helicopters to the Dolphin suites. Drivers. 30,000-foot mansions. And y'all know that's a fact. Don't tell you, good thing TD ain't a betting man. That's all you got to bet on. That's all you got to bet on. And guess what? You would have, 17 times 5. So 50, 35. That's 85 games. You would have got 80 of them right. In the last 5 years, you would have got 80 games right. Just bet them to lose against the good teams. Bet them to win against the bad team. You would have got 80 of them right. You would have got 80 games right. We'd have been eating. All us. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. So why didn't you bet them? Because I don't risk big money like that. I don't risk big money like that. And I do bet. I make small bets and stuff. And my problem is I'm always parlaying it and then adding 2 to get 2 touchdowns in the parlay and he get 1. Oh, yeah, I got to stop going on the individual basis and just go on the team basis. You're right. Oh, man. CB said TD been on one. Man, CB, you got to stop this, bro. People have been watching you in the comment section for 2-3 years, and I said I've been on running. And what has the outcome been? Every time. Chill, bro. I mean, man, we gonna be all right, man. We gonna be straight, man. You overreacting, you panicking, y'all, man. Y'all gonna see them boys about to ball. Blah 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 blah. Then we don't see CB for 4 weeks. We missed the playoffs 1 year. What, CB? Stop it. You know, out of all people, CB, all it takes is for me to say, we already know what's about to happen. What that mean? You know what's about to happen. We already know. Let's go, baby. That's all. Every time. When have I been wrong when I said that, CB? We all know what's about to happen. McDaniel has a winning team. Does he? Does he? Man. Facts, TD. He goes into hiding. LOL. Then he come back 4 weeks later with wolf pack signs. Like, where the wolf pack? Yeah, man. Listen, man, y'all need to stop with that Walt Aikens farting in the office stuff. Mike White is available and know the playbook. Well, that don't matter. They done gave Zach the money. Oh, man. Everyone is in here tonight. Yes, 2-9 about to pull up, TD. Yeah, man, they pull up every year, bro. I mean, it ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing new. Well, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Some of y'all wrong. Hey, I ain't going to lie. 2-9 been missing for about a year and a half now. Truth be told, 2-9 been missing for about a year and a half. I'm just saying. They actually have been missing for like a year and a half. Y'all just ain't noticed. You know, they poke their head out a few times. You know? Oh, they ain't got the same energy no more. They know it too. They know them days number 2. They know it. They know it. Check on them. I pray for them. I don't check on them. 2-9 only has remained. Nah. I'm just saying, man. They've been but rightfully so. See, at the end of the day, 2-9 are just avid Tua fans. And I've always said nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with being a Tua fan. Nothing's wrong with wanting him to succeed. Nothing wrong with you wanting him to be the guy and believing he still can be. Never been nothing wrong with that. It becomes an issue when you start criticizing other people because they don't believe. And you start hating on them and getting mad at them and all that. That's where I have a problem. You could disagree with me all day, but you hate me just because I don't agree with you. That's where it's like, that's toxic. TD predicted fans Super Bowl 3 years in a row. Yeah. As a fan, at least I distinguish. I say as a fan and as TD fans talk. I always give y'all the 2 different ones. I give you the optimistic, like last year, man. You know, if this happened, there we might win 11 games. That was just purely false hope, just knowingly blinded hope. And then as a person who's trying to analyze the game, I told y'all, I got us between 9 and 11 last year. And we didn't hit 9, did we? We got 8, didn't we? Or was it 7? I don't even remember. How many wins we had last year? It was 8, right? I think. Y'all help me in the chat. I don't remember how many games. 8 games, 8, 9. Yeah, so I was off by 1 game. I said the floor was 9. The ceiling is 11. I think we'll win 10. And I was wrong. Hey, even the optimist, even the critical me was over. Start over Tua, trade Tua and Tyreek. Tua will have a market next year. Let me tell y'all something. I've been envisioning something for 2 years now, and it's the worst thing that could happen to us. I'm about to say this to y'all, and y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all know this is really possible, and it's the worst thing that can happen. It's the worst, and I've been dreading it because I just feel like it's exactly what's about to happen. If I'm gonna be optimistic and say if this year flakes out, we may get a new coach, GM, whatever it may be. You know what's gonna happen? They're going to actually trade Tua. But the problem is who they're gonna trade for. And there's 2 players that I know this organization like the back of my hand. I know it. I don't care who come in new. It's just we curse to this. It's 2 players that they're going to trade for, and I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to be so mad. There's 2 players. Number 1 is Kyler Murray, and number 2 is Trevor Lawrence. I mock my words. Mock my word. They're just going to do a swap. They're going to think that this is the golf, what's his name, Stafford or whatever. They're going to think that's what this is. That ain't what this is. That's not what this is. I'm telling y'all, mark my words. That's what they're going to be like, well, we're going to give him a new scenery and we're going to bring him in. They all could play. They all good enough not to be good enough, and they're going to be banking on the new scenery getting them over the top. But remember, it's going to be a Kyler or a Trevor without Tyreek. It's going to be that version. I'm telling y'all, mark my words, that's what's going to happen. We all going to be like, man, we need to go find something in the draft. It ain't happening. I'm telling you, that's exactly what's going to happen. Arizona's going to be over Kyler. Jacksonville going to be over Trevor. And Miami going to be over Tua. And they're going to be like, hey, man, they might even do a 3-way trade before you know it. It might even be a blockbuster 3-way trade. Telling y'all. Yeah, I think that'll happen. I'm telling y'all, man. Jags over Trevor. Yeah, they will be after this year. I've been telling y'all, Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence, I've been telling y'all for the longest, they right in that category, good enough not to be good enough. Good enough not to be good enough. That's who they are. And the only thing intriguing about Kyler is his mobility, but he don't even use that no more. He be getting banged up. So no. I'm telling y'all, man, they're going to give me another 2 to 3 year sentence because they're going to keep him for one little rebuild. They not even good enough. That's my point. They're going to have this good enough not to be good enough swap. There's going to be a good enough not to be good enough swap in the NFL, and them the 3 players that's going to highlight it. I'm telling you. TD, so you just going to ignore that Trevor has a playoff win? Yep. Man, you think I care something about Trevor Lawrence playoff win? He was garbage in the first half of that game. And then Herbert was garbage in the second half. Lucked out, man. Yeah, I don't care nothing about that playoff win. See, that's part of the problem. I done got y'all to dummy me all the way down to making y'all think that I think one playoff win is the standard. Oh, my standard's way higher, but y'all done got me to dumb it down just so Tua can have a goal. Think I care about wild card weekend? Only thing I care about is divisional weekend. Second round of the playoffs, win that game, now you legit. But I ain't got time for people, oh, you moving the goalpost. Yeah, never mind. Just win a playoff game, whatever. I ain't gonna argue with you. We done got so that's what we do now. Just win a playoff game in a situation where they added a whole playoff seed and an extra game. Just for money, but y'all think that seventh round wild card really means something. I only care about Super Bowl wins. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. The ultimate goal is Super Bowl wins, but what I care about is conference championships. Being present on that stage every year or every other year means you're competing for a Super Bowl because everybody can't win it. But if you're amongst those 4 teams on occasions, I don't care if it's once every 3 years you're on that stage. That's a good look. That's a good look. You're a top team competing. You don't make it to that, tough. You don't make it to that, you ain't a top 4, man. You got to be a top 4 team. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. We winning, Lino. TD, Tua. Oh. TD, Tua said that he's taking us to the Super Bowl. Good for him. And I hope he does. I hope he backs those words up if that's what he said. If that's what he said. I hope he backs that up. That would be beautiful, man. I would love to praise him on that level. Wow, man. This guy here just changed the whole game for us. You don't understand, man. That man win a Super Bowl for us. Y'all make sure his statue at the stadium is 2 times the size of Dan Marino, right next to it, and make sure it's looking down at Marino. And make sure you alter Marino's to look up at him. That's how I feel about it. You bring a Super Bowl to Miami, you are the savior for the Dolphins. You are the greatest of all time for the Dolphins. I don't care what you did or didn't do. You win that Super Bowl. If Tua could bring that for us, not another bad word uttered. Oh, Tua blew the game. So we got a Lombardi. I have my little fake replica. So He done about 10 years of doing whatever he want. He can retire. You go ahead and win that Lombardi. Go and win it. Get me one and I'll worry about sustainability later. That's how I feel about it. TD joining Tour line. They're going to be real mad at me because I'm going to be the leader. I'm going to kick the door down and be like, I'm your leader. I'm the biggest tourineur. Now say something. We can fight to the death for it. That's what's up. I'm coming in there and I'm taking over. How does he have to shut up? Win the Super Bowl. Y'all think I hate that man. I don't hate him. I just hate him for Miami. Because he ain't worth nothing. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. You thought I was going crazy for him for Baltimore? Man, win a Super Bowl, man. Get a one tatted on my chest. No, I don't know about that, but yeah. Anyway, man, TD head getting bigger by the second. Win a Super Bowl. Yeah. All right. Anyway, Pharaoh Brown out of there. Jason Sanders hurt. That's a big one for me. That Jason Sanders situation is tough. I just hope whatever kicker we bring in. See, when you ain't in this league, teams don't trust you to kick the 50-yarders. When you a replacement kicker, they don't trust you to kick the 50s. They go for it or they punt. Let's see who we bring in. Let's see what Greer does. Where's Justin Tucker? Hey, how much he gonna cost? Don't forget, I told y'all how much money we got right now. I told y'all, man, all this money we saving or whatever, we're gonna be using it for injuries. He still want to bargain. And I'm going to talk about Waller later because I'm about to get up out of here, man. I got some stuff I got to take care of. But thank y'all for tuning in to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Thank you to all the Patreon members. Shout out to the members of the channel and all the mod squad. Salute to y'all. Those who show love in the Cash App, I appreciate you. Just want to make sure, see if anybody. All right. So no, we good. So thank you for everybody's love and support as always. Y'all hit that like button on your way out of the building. I'm finna get out of here. We'll be back at it tomorrow, but we got about to start ramping up. We got a little down 2 weeks, but we're gonna start ramping up. I got a whole schedule and agenda every week. I'm gonna release that next week, showing you when I'll be live, the times and everything built into my schedule, so you'll know whenever I'll be online. All right. Tucker suspended 10 games. Yo, there's that. Anyway, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night, man. Fans up no matter what. Dolphins Collective tomorrow. Make sure you check out Roundtable Sports. All the roundtables are tomorrow as well for the most part. And I'll see you soon. Love you. Peace. I'm out.